And we should be live. Again. It's been so long. How's everyone doing? Who's here with us? There's Adrian, Rockcliffe, Logical Waste, Edgar, Romer, Justin 3D. Everything should be fine. Funny. All right, yo. All right, let's see if everything's okay. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Grumpy Dude, Niels, Veronica, good evening. RCT Cassie, Giats. 3D Printing Trucker. Hello, the Great Joe. Hey, Jeffrey, Mozart. Ooh. Jim Aaron. So, 11/11. Big day. Hey, it's cool. So I wanted to do a bit of a live stream, like a chill out live stream. I wanted to answer questions you might have. Today is probably the day you'll find the biggest sales in China for 3D printers. I'm sure a lot of people are about to jump into the world of 3D printing and want to ask questions. So I figured I'd do this live stream and answer your questions if I can. And in the meantime, the CR-10S Pro, it's right here. Hey Shane, hey Tom, hey Chris. Trinidad, wow. Is that a can of Guinness I spot, Joe? No, this is a can, believe it or not, I've decided to have a cider while live streaming. That's how tired I am. But I feel like having a cider with you guys, or a beer, or I'm not promoting alcoholism or anything, but it's just, you know, like a social interaction kind of thing. Hey, Stand Up 3D. Grumpy Dude, that's not necessarily a bad thing. The Chiron is a great machine in terms of structure, rigidity. It's quick. I just believe they could have done a bit better with the firmware. That's, honestly speaking, that's as far as I'd go. I would have been happy, or I will be happy, when I put any 3D Volcano on it. That would be perfect. What's the difference in footprint and height compared to the CR-10? In height, honestly speaking, I'd say in height, this, for all intents and purposes, is the same size as a CR-10 or a CR-10S without the additional box on the side, except for the spool holder up here, which you can put anywhere else. How late is it where you are? It's currently 6:30 in the evening. So, a bit of backstory, a bit of heart to heart with you guys. So today, I was meant to be doing this live stream from China. Yes, I was invited to go to Shenzhen for 5 days to visit the GearBest warehouses, record, do a live stream from their headquarters. All fully sponsored by GearBest, and I refused for quite a few reasons. One of them being my new job. It wouldn't have been a problem for me to take vacation leave, but I wasn't too happy about it. While the opportunity to go to China is absolutely amazing, I feel like I should do it on my own dime. I think if I went to China on GearBest's dime, I probably would have killed this channel, and I really didn't want to. I didn't want to upset anyone. So yeah, here I am in my office. I'm tired as always. Whoa, Barnum Bear. You just have to be the first one, don't you? And it's always with a bang. Thank you, dude. Hey Joe, hope you're doing well. I'm finally able to catch you live again, which makes my Sunday evening so much better. Thank you very much, dude. And thank you for the 25 euros, dude. I truly appreciate it. Hey ho, Mancarinos. Hidley ho. That's awesome. About to head off to kart racing with my daughter. K1 electric go-karts hit up to 45 miles an hour. That sounds awesome. Hey Ben. So yeah, instead of being in China, I'm here. It's not, which is why I have no problem sort of not cutting ties. I mean, I don't want to cut ties for many reasons with GearBest, but I feel they're not necessary. They help a lot, but they're not necessary. Neither is anyone else. And honestly speaking, I'm happy to work directly with 3D printer companies like I've been doing with Creality. Believe it or not, Trunksy got in touch with me, asked me if I want to review their upcoming 3D printer directly. Trunksy. I don't think they know that I've had like a really bad history so far with Trunksy, but I'm happy to give it another go. I'm trying to, as much as people thought I was biased against Trunksy, I have nothing against a working 3D printer. The ones I had simply didn't work. This printer is very silent. This printer runs on TMC drivers, believe it or not. It's a custom built board by Creality, but it does have integrated TMC drivers. I'm not sure which ones, but they do 256 micro stepping. It comes with Bondtech style extruder, original Capricorn Bowden tube. It has a massive probe, like inductive sensor. It is quiet, as you see. It's clean, touch screen. I have to say I really like it. I really like it. Firmware. So this, just FYI, this was a beta test unit. This was sent to me a couple of months ago by Creality. They asked me not to do any videos or post any photos. This was solely for me to give them my feedback on it. I did give them my feedback. I told them what I would prefer to see change. Nothing major. Hardware-wise, very little. Firmware-wise, quite a lot. So I don't know what the release product will be like or how different it will be. But I have to say I'm quite happy with this. So the CR-10S Pro is £500 to the UK. Is it worth it? 500. Is that shipping included? Honestly, if you're going for a large format 3D printer and you're looking at the CR-10S, for example, a little bit more, fully support this machine, as long as they fix the firmware. What do you think so far of Creality as a company? Are they good at interacting with you? Creality are doing the right thing. They're listening to the community. They're doing beta testers yet with a lot of people that I know of, including me. And that's a very good thing because it gives the machine the opportunity to be fixed before it's released. Communication-wise, it's very good. They're very receptive to criticism. They always take on board what you suggest. If I may add to that, even GearBest actually have been very receptive to the criticism of the AlphaWise U20. In fact, they made a few changes to their lineup and they sent me another one to test to see if I'm happy with the current version. Build volume. This is 300 by 300 by 400. Same as the CR-10S. Is better than the new Prusa with silence side. Prusa will probably be more quiet. The reason being is that you hear fans on this. There's the fan for the power supply. There's a fan for the board. Those are the fans you tend to hear. Nothing else. You don't hear it moving or anything, just the fans. Do you feel like it would be fit for an office environment? Honestly, yes. It's right next to me so I can hear the fan. But if I had changed to Noctua, you wouldn't even notice this thing is working. So yeah, I would definitely say it's good for office environment. You missed my quote. Do you feel like you... Wait. Just finished wiring the 300 heat bed on my Hypercube Evolution. 110 degrees in 3 minutes. That is impressive. User interface, very good. It has very good auto bed leveling. So the probe is relatively thick inside the casing here, inside the hot end casing. And what you do is you simply adjust the screw, like turn the screw clockwise or counterclockwise until a light bulb goes off. And then you know that you've reached the right level. The price, I think this was like $600, something like that. Do you think we will be able to buy the board and the CR-10 Pro to put in a regular CR-10? I don't see why not, to be honest. Like, this is going really fast. I like the power supply is built in. With my CR-10S5, it is a nightmare trying to find a table to fit that. It's true, that was the problem with the CR-10 and the original ones. Even the Alpha Z20, they all have this external power supply, which is a pain in the behind. Thanks for the information, dude. I watched your videos like 1.5 years and you're very good. Keep going. Thank you very much, Utkun. Hey, the boss. What are the issues with the current firmware you have on yours? Can be upgraded to Marlin 1.1.9. I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know which version it has. What I can tell you is like it has similar issues to the CRX. So if it's files within folders, it won't read them. If it's too long a file name, it won't read it. If it has special characters on them, it won't read it. Sometimes it just freezes while printing. It has several... Once again, I need to point out, this is the beta unit, so I don't know what they have fixed. All of this has been fed back to them, not just by me, but by a lot of people. Turning the screws until the light bulb goes off. Looking for a new printer under $500. What is the best choice? Do you want something that is pre-assembled? Do you want a kit? Size matter? What do you intend to print with it? Do you want SLA, FDM? "3D Meetup Sweden. Anyone else heading to Sweden April?" There's a chance I might be there. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Buzz. Does it draw a lot of power, like more than usual? I still have to verify, honestly speaking. Where do you go with all the printers you review? Where do I go with all the printers you review? I still have most of the printers I ever reviewed. Power supply in this one is 24 volts. Yes, this is 24 volts. It heats up very fast, by the way. Oh, I just realized that that's Scott. Dude, Scott, man, if you're going, I'll find a way to be there. Hey, Don. Sorry, Scott, I had no idea. How are you doing, Don? You haven't got code for a touch screen, so unlikely. Maybe in 2.0 at some point. I'm guessing now you're working on a 32-bit version of Marlin? Murph next year? We'll see. Are the motors in the CR-10S Pro quieter than the old one? It's not the motors that make the noise, it's the drivers usually. I say that these are the same motors. Yeah, they actually have a very good layer effect. These two, you see here, like 1 and 2, these were printed on this. This was the first print I did, like without fine-tuning anything. This was with a slightly better profile. One with a reasonable size. It has to be reliable. Currently have an in at 8 and I hate it. Do you still like the Chiron? Yes, I do. I just need to print more with it. So, the boss. On the 500, a CR-10S, the CR-10S definitely I would recommend. If you want something reliable and quiet, personally, I'd go for the TiVo Flash. I really like it. I really, really, really like it. Go the one with the TMC drivers, the BL Touch, and the dual Z-axis. Take the 50% assembled version. The Creality Ender 3 for 500. You can buy 3 at the moment. Yes, you can buy 3 at the moment. CR20, yes, that one. You could offer a little bit more money, you can get a Prusa Mark IIs, and that's still one of my favorite printers. Any giveaways this year, Joe? Probably do something for Christmas. I'm okay, Don, just very tired, trying to catch up with life. Murph, I'll try to make Murph so much that I'd love to do. Hey, Chris. Yeah, Turin Carnes. Something weird is happening to YouTube. Even my videos. For some reason, it makes no sense to me that I upload a video to YouTube. I have 40,000 subscribers and only 1,500 views. It makes no sense. Do you recommend Prusa R3 Mic 3 for a beginner? Yes, absolutely, Colette. I completely recommend it for a beginner. Hi Joe, did you have the opportunity to download the 4.1 S3D version and test it? Yes, Europe, I have. I played around with it. Honestly speaking, I wasn't overwhelmed with additional features. I still have to test the dual color version of it or the multi-extruder version of it. I did notice that sometimes some printers do weird stuff with 4.1 that they didn't used to do with 4.01, but I still have to investigate. Hey 3DMN, what would be better for a first printer? ANET R8 or Ender 3? Ender 3. Please, do yourself a favor, get an Ender 3. Don't get an ANET 8 as a first printer. You can get it there eventually, but trust me, Ender 3, please. Currently, I'm doing 60 to 70 hour work weeks at work, and then I have to try to find time to record. This weekend was okay. I've had time to record like 2 or 3 episodes, which I can now release throughout the weekend. I don't have to worry. But yeah. All right, Chris. Have a good evening, man. Did you replace the motor? Of what, Aaron? Have you tested the bridging on different angles yet? Nope, not yet. So I have Monoprice Select Mini with 12 centimeter build plate. I want bigger build plate, but I don't want another printer. So what should I do? I actually have one. I'm thinking if you can kind of fix it. It's a bit difficult to actually extend it to make it bigger. You definitely need to buy another printer. Or replace it, do a trade-in. Sell the one you have and get an Ender 3. Have you tested any of the new JJ Aurora line of printers? No, not yet. Why am I not? Josie, no to ANET. You're on the bad list. I did say no to ANET. I mean, I've had an ANET and I've learned a lot from it, but nowadays you shouldn't go with ANET. Joe, have you seen the Soldier model by Duncan? No, I haven't. Do you own a good mainboard under €100 for dual Z and dual extruder? MakerBase Gen L. Get some TMC drivers with it. You'll be fine. In total, it'll cost you like 50, 60 bucks. Hi Joe, what's your day job? Hard to explain, actually, because I'm doing a lot of things at the moment at work. But I take care of operations in a crypto exchange company. Did you eat all your scorpions? Jake, actually, I still have it over there. I haven't eaten it yet. How did they sell the Ender 3 for $99.99 earlier? I wish, yeah, they only had like 50, so they made a special deal for Ender 3, like $99, but they only had 50 and they were like snagged up. By the time I posted the code on Twitter, they were already sold. When can we expect a review of the MMU2, or do you have a first opinion? First opinion is mine had a couple of issues, which now they've corrected. I just realized that I printed a few things which I wanted to do an episode of. Those still have to come. So far, so much better than the version 1, but I want to try the Palette 2 first before I have like a full opinion on which is better. Printer that you recommend to start a business. To start a business, if you're strapped for cash, get a few Ender 3s. If you're not strapped for cash and you want to make sure that whatever you print is always there, get Prusa Mark 2S or Mark 3. Does Prusa Mark 3 is open source? And if yes, where is the source code for the firmware? Everything is on GitHub, Ahmed. Everything is on GitHub for the Prusa. And I'm glad to catch you live. Love your vids. Thank you very much, dude. Yes, which is really weird. Why would you switch off thermal runaway protection? I never understood that. Would you recommend the Prusa i3 Mark III or the Mark 2.5? So, it's a very good question. I'd recommend both because I like them both. I have no quarrel using the Mark 2S over the Mark III. So I just realized the Prusa i3 Mark III or the Mark 2.5. I didn't know they're actually selling a Mark 2.5 now. I thought it was still Mark 2S. But if they're doing a Mark 2.5, I'm still happy with the Mark 2.5. It still produces great quality prints, no different than the Mark III. The only difference is you have the additional things with the Mark III, like the filament runout sensor, power off resume function. Actually, no, the Mark 2.5 also has the sensor. So yeah, it's quiet, power off resume function. Then it's up to you to figure out. If you're not going to be living with these printers in the same room, go for the Mark 2.5. I recently bought an Ender 3 and I'm waiting for it. Tips for assembling it and first prints, profiles on Kuras, video, etc. So I did a live stream, did a live build of the Ender 3. You can watch that. Just to give you guys an idea of how much I like the Ender 3, I've recommended it to quite a few friends of mine, which they bought one now. And now they're just printing upgrades for it because they love it so much. So yeah, I do recommend the Ender 3. Cura profile. I don't really have Cura profiles. To be honest, I'm actually using Cura like for one of the very first times right now. This is like in Cura. It's not Simplified 3D. I'm just testing it out. Have you sent out stickers of those who sent you the printed pieces? They're in a box. They're over there. They're going out tomorrow. they're ready. It took me a while to get everything sorted out. I apologize, but they're going out tomorrow. My wife has instructions. What printer do you use on the CR-10? This is a removable glass print bed. It has like a Buildtech type surface. I don't mind Buildtech at all. I recently got the Garolite bed for the Pulse. I really like the Garolite bed. Love the airbrush videos. Could you show the bottles when you use different ones in the videos? Thanks. Absolutely. Actually, I'm thinking that while I'm airbrushing on those videos, I'll write down what color I'm using while I'm spraying it, so you guys, can know. Great to hear that you also want to try the palette too as well. That's the dilemma I'm currently having. Yeah, I mean, I love the original Palette Plus. I love the Palette. I love the Palette Plus. So I'm quite sure that if it's half as good as the Palette Plus was, I'm quite sure it's going to be a really good choice. Hey, Mega Making, Patrick. Hey, Joey, guys. Internet is back. I see. Yes, it's been an interesting day today. Electricity went out twice. Internet went out 3 times. It's been stormy, rainy, cold, and yeah, just it's the kind of hot chocolate kind of weather. Hey Joe, hit us with some more vlogs. When is the next one? If you guys want vlogs, I'll try to do vlogs. There are quite a few things that I need to do downstairs anyway, so I can just document everything. Mostly Vallejo paints, I guess. Yep, that's I almost exclusively use Vallejo paints. Did you test an MKS board with TFT touchscreen? Haven't tested it, but I bought one to try. Hey, the 3D printing experts. CRX or CR-10S Pro? CR-10S Pro. Can I just say it's printed really well with Cura? How do you deal with 3D printing at night? I'm scared something will happen while I'm sleeping. It's rare that I leave printers running throughout the night. Now, if I do allow printers to print during the night, what I tend to do is I put them on the floor. I put them on the floor in an area that is clear of furniture, debris, whatever, and is just there on its own on tiles, on concrete tiles. So if something happens, it's the only thing that is going to burn, if it burns. Miami 2 comes Friday, but I'm also interested in Palette 2. Awesome. Marcus, yeah, same here. What's the difference between the CR-10S and the CR-10S Pro? So this one has, which the S doesn't have, TMC driver, so it's very quiet, and also no salmon skin. It has a Bondtech style gears for the extruder, auto bed leveling, like it's fully automated bed leveling, Capricorn tubing. It has a really nicely set up filament sensor. It's like really quiet, touchscreen. Yeah, I think that's, and it's also like fully integrated into one piece. Well, I need to catch up here. RTC Cassie, smoke along. Which TL smoothers recommend for Ender 3 Pro? 2100 should be enough, but I think with the Ender 3, you'd need to change the board to use TL smoothers. TL smoothers. Okay, sorry, I thought TMC drivers. Get the 8 diode ones. You have a coupon for a CR10? No, for a CR10. I can, you know what? Let me check. I can literally just ask. So they've sent me. Yes, I do. I actually do. So, this is for the CR10S. CR-10S. Leave it there. Hold on. It should bring it down to about $369. Why can't I paste? CR-10S11. So that's $369.99. There you go. I bought the Ender 3. Okay. Jordan had a few bugs. The school I attended now has 4 based on my recommendation. Awesome. Which aftermarket printer do you recommend for the Ender 3? BuildTak FlexPlate. If you didn't get the one with the FlexPlate, I'd go with BuildTak. Also, Paya Poly sheets. Very good. What is the cost of your painting gear? Why did I miss? Okay. Cost of my painting gear. The Badger airbrush I have is about $100, I think. The air compressor is about $80, so not that expensive. The Iwata airbrush, that's a bit more expensive. That's about $300. But yeah, then it's just paint. What is the colorful skeleton thing on the right? This is like a puzzle. So this is a 3D printed puzzle. Like you have pieces here that come apart, you know. See, I finished recording the video for this literally 2 hours ago. So you'll be seeing this throughout the week. I will upload during the week. But that's a puzzle. It's awesome. Hi Joe, what was the most accurate printer you have ever used? I'd say most accurate. Definitely the Mark II and Mark III. I'm trying to think. The Maker Select Mini version 2 was very accurate. I'm trying to, the Pulse, extremely accurate as well. I'm trying to think. And any SLA printer I've used. Which one would you pick, CRX or CR-10S Pro? I'd probably go for the CR-10S Pro and then get a G-Tech A10M for the dual mixer. Same price. They stay TMC. I'm guessing it's 2100. I have prints with over 30 hours running and never had a problem. Are you going to Form next? No, unfortunately, I'm not. I know it's off topic, but I'm so excited for my new shiny Mark III. What is your opinion on the black or orange Prusa? And do you think Prusament is worth it, price to performance shipping? So, orange Prusa, awesome. Black Prusa, I love it, but it's so weird not to have an orange Prusa. I know I have one. And Prusament, definitely worth the money, definitely worth the cost. It's probably one of the most accurate filaments you'll find. Cheap way to start painting my prints, and or what airbrush do you recommend? So I would definitely recommend a cheap Badger gravity fed single dual action airbrush. It's more than enough. You shouldn't be spending more than $100. I'm trying to get like a kit from GearBest. I'm trying to get them to start selling like kits for under 100 for an air compressor and an airbrush for those who want to get started. Joe, how do you like the gears? Are they close enough for Ninja Flex? Chris had his thoughts they weren't close enough. I haven't tried Ninja Flex, to be completely honest. I've tried some flexible PLA, so BioFlex PLA from Spanner Hands. It printed perfectly fine, but I haven't tried Ninja Flex. Is this model Flex filament ready? Don't think so. Good morning, Andrew. Hey, Kevin. I am waiting for the colory skeleton puzzle. Oh, this is I have to admit I had fun recording this. Just as an FYI, it took me over an hour to put this together without any hints. Let me just check. So, Rodney Lorimore, thank you very much, because I didn't get a notification. Thank you for the $5, buddy. Epic Dungeon Tiles, hello. Hey, Matt, good evening. Okay, I'm here so frustrated with my MMU too. Tell me. Speak to me. Maybe I can help, I don't know. The filament of this skeleton. So, the bottom part is Strong Hero, Rainbow PLA. Top part is Filamentum Vertigo Starlight. What is your favorite semi-flex or flex material to print with, or what settings do you use to ensure a successful print? And how is your success with flexibles on the Mark III? So, one of my favorites is probably TPU, either Rigid Ink, Spanner Hands. I really like it. I'm comfortable with it. Very important to dry flexibles first because they're very hygroscopic. I usually print them at around 230 to 240 degrees. I print at a 15 millimeters a second. That's the only way I can print it accurately. Fan is usually at about 75–80% speed. Heat bed 60 or 70 degrees, and I also use Magic Glue as a release agent. It broke Power Loss Recovery though. Ouch. Did they use the firmware version though of Power Loss Recovery or hardware? I watched the Thanos paint job earlier. Very awesome. Thank you very much, dude. Very proud of that. It's sitting at the office at the moment. I've also started printing the parts for Max, the Megapod, which is like a bigger version of Vorpal, the Hexapod. I'm getting globs on my purge tower when the new filament first enters the hot end. Can't figure out which settings control it. So, globs on my purge tower when the new filament first enters the hot end. It sounds like it's over extruding on the purge block, is that right? No, not 50, 15, 1-5, sorry, apologies. Please help, how do you feed the Trunksy P802MA? How do you feed it? Like, feed it? Like filament? What's the best way to fix ghosting? So, Chris, I would suggest turning acceleration down and jerk down, and also slightly slow it down as well. I've got an FL-Sun i3 Plus with Bowden, inductive auto leveling, my first Bowden setup, enabled A8 for close to 2 years. What advice do you have regarding avoiding clogs? Tried my first extrusion and it clogged. To be honest, I'm testing out. I'm hoping to do a video on oiling your filaments while printing, because I want to see what difference it makes. I know it helps the clogging. It all depends on the amount of retraction you do. Whether it's Bowden, with Bowden I tend to not go over 5.5 millimeters a second. 5.5 millimeters in length for retraction. And also around 40 or 50 millimeters a second of speed. Those are the settings I use for Bowden. I wish I could paint like you. Practice. That's all it is. It's practice. Even to me, most of the times I don't know what I'm doing, to be completely honest. But I experiment. Are you going to do 3D printed RC things? I did the RC, like the OpenRC F1, but I can do drones. That sounds more like a firmware thing, Tony. So you might want to speak to Prusha about that. How tight should the belts be on my Ender 3? I would say like flick them, and they should sound like a bass. I'm just saying you deserve way more sub. Your content information is amazing. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. Does the Cr Tempura have any ghosting issues with all that weight on the bed? Honestly, I haven't noticed any at all. So let me see if I can do this. Oh, hold on. Hold on. There. So this, wait, ideally I would change it there. So this is on the CR-10S Pro. As you can see, there's almost no ghosting. These are all the part of the design, by the way. There is a bit on the weight on the top part, but very little. Very, very little. So it does its job quite well. Oop, wait. There, so you guys can see better. Would you prefer this or this? Me or that? Yep, mine won't go in. The extruder, do you left or push something? You might have a jam, so you might need to take everything out and check. I'm not sure I understand, buddy. Too lazy to look. Do you have a printer tuning guide? If not, I think that would make... That's actually not a bad idea. Is there a test for setting acceleration and jerk? Not that I know of, actually. But maybe there needs to be. What are you printing now? This is the Polypearl Tower. Med1 UK. Have a large gin on me. Thank you very much, Matt. Thank you so much, dude. If you guys don't know Matt, and if you're interested in any G-Tech printers, you really need to go check out Matt's videos. Oh yeah, Thanos came, it turned out absolutely beautiful. This is a larger version of the one I painted. Geez, that Thanos bus looks amazing. If you had to compare to the CR-10S Pro and the Mark III, which would you say you prefer? Marcus Bonaire, by a large urgent on me. Thank you very much, dude. Okay, so I'd say they were very close in the prints for the Thanos, because the Thanos I printed this on the CR-10S Pro, and the other one that I painted on the Mark III. I can see similarities on the print quality. I probably had slightly better print quality on the Mark III in some aspects, but I did have, excuse me, better print quality on certain aspects on this one, on the CR-10S Pro. So in either case, it's just a matter of adjusting the filament settings. What's a bass sound like? I cut out on your end. Did I? Am I still here? A bass sounds like boom, 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 boom. Is this still? Yeah, it seems to be. Sorry, what is printing at the moment? This is a polypearl tower. It's like a stress test. Hey, Steph. I'm new to all this 3D printing, just built the trunk C. I haven't even printed anything yet. When I try to put the PLA in the hole, it doesn't feed through. So chances are you either might have a clog already in there, or else the holes are not aligned straight through. Because I remember having the trunk C and having an issue where the filament, the holes were just not aligned straight through the nozzle. Firmware's latest, haven't changed since I set it up. I wasn't doing it the other day, but I have been tuning. Went back to stock push settings and still globs. Interesting. How is your family? Are they doing good? They're okay. They don't see me much at the moment, but they're doing okay. Hopefully we'll take a little short break during Christmas. We'll go to Sicily for a few days and get away from everything. The sound is not great, too much bass, not enough treble, but the captioning is pretty funny. I wonder if it's because... Hey, 3D Medic Vince. What's a good speed to print at? Depending on the layer height, I tend to print usually 0.2 layer heights at around 50 to 60 millimeters. 0.15 at around 45 millimeters a second, and 0.1 millimeter layers at around 30 millimeters a second. Do you think Creality will ever have an Amazon store with a warehouse in the US? Most likely. However, Creality do sell through Matter Hackers in the US. So, Hawk 3D Proto, just because. Thank you very much, buddy. How do you align them, bro? Align, oh, it's hard to explain because I don't have one next to me. But it's just a matter of first making sure that you can see all the way through the hole, like through the nozzle. If you have like a piece of, okay, so this is a tool I quite like. It's like a piece of metal. It's about, I'd say it's about 1.5 millimeter thick. It's like a rod. And I usually use it to align everything when it comes to the nozzle and also push out any clogs. So get something like this, very handy. Did you say when the CR-10S Pro is available? I think it's already on pre-order from the Creality store. Hey, Kim the 3D print guy. Do you still offer 3D printing service and it's still profitable enough? Do you sell already printed parts mostly, or do you take requests on what to print? So I mainly do 3D printing on demand. So people ask me what they want to print and I will print. I don't do as much as I used to, mainly because I try not to overwork myself. Seeing as I have a full-time job, kind of has to take priority. But if something comes in as an order, I tend to take it and I'll deliver as best as I can. But still profitable, yeah. Do you know when Meta Hackers will get the CR-10 Pro? No idea. I spoke to Dave from Matter Hackers. He's going to check with me because I already asked him. What I do know is that their Blue Friday sales are coming soon. Can you show me a print from an Ender 3? I don't think I have any close to me here. Best I can ask you to do, Eugene, if possible, have a look at the Ender 3 review I have done. So if, and I mean if, I buy a printer from the GearBest Flash sale, which would you say to get? I had a list of all the printers. They sent me a list of all the printers that they were having on flash sale. I think I still get the Ender 3, to be honest, for quite a few reasons. One, it's very cheap, and apart from that, it's you can modify it as you please, and I think that's the fun part of 3D printing, and I think that's the part I miss the most in 3D printing. One which I really wish I got back into. Just modifying the hell out of a 3D printer. Hey, Wexter's Geeky Stuff. Hey, wait. If you guys don't know who Wexter's Geeky Stuff is, I'll leave this here. That's the Thanos. He designed that. Thanks for the help, Joe. No worries, Chris. Acupuncture needles are cheap and also handy to unclog, and you can get them in different diameters. Agreed. That's for bottom up. This is like a persuader. Just knock it down. Ouch, logical waste. You're awesome, bro. I bought the printer to print RC parts. I have RC channel, just reached 500,000 views. So excited about the new adventure. Awesome, dude. Well done. Hello, man. Are you going to review the FormBot Raptor? If FormBot decide to send me the machine for review, even if it's just a loaner, then yes, I'll review it. And a Cubic i3 Mag is actually a very good printer. I'm thinking that's what I should really do. I should just grab a printer and start tinkering with it again. I miss tinkering with printers. So, nice and easy. CR-10S4 or the Chiron? Oh, I'd go for the Chiron. In that aspect, I'd go for the Chiron. How's that cider, Joe? Oh, I love this. This is Copperberg pear cider. I love it. They have that. They have strawberry. It's delicious. Joe, if you open a web store and sell the Prusa NTM, I will buy. Huh. Awesome. I will let Prusa know. Hey, Victor. Does the cartoon Thanos use support? How's the Kudo beam? Okay, so this does use a little bit of support. The Kudo beam is holding the door open downstairs in the garage. It doesn't work anymore. I cannot use it because most of the screen now is like in black patches. And I will not buy a new screen for it. I've spent more than enough money on that printer. And I will never recommend that printer. Quite the opposite. For their customer support is absolutely abysmal. And I wouldn't recommend that company to anyone. Do you have any idea on the FL Sun QQ? Yes, I actually have an FL Sun QQ. I never got around to doing the review of it. It's very quiet Delta printer, very reliable, prints beautifully, easy to assemble, lots of features. All around, probably one of the nicest Deltas I've ever tried. Dude, my MMU is still there. It's waiting for me. I have planned to do some prints this week with it. It's just been really hectic at the moment. I'm so struggling to keep up with everything. I really am. Manicon, how do you get the printer reviews? Ender 3 or Ender 3 Pro, are there much differences? So, how do I get 3D printer reviews? It's usually people reach out to you, expose yourself, expose your work, your prints, Instagram, Twitter, do videos, and companies will just come forward. Now, Ender 3 and Ender 3 Pro, honestly speaking, the Ender 3 Pro features, as far as I know, are not worth the cost from what I heard. I just don't know what they are. Tinker with the i3 Mega would be nice, as it was my first one and I still love it, and it is still untinkered. Haha. You sat with me for 6 hours, bro, with the Trunksy build. Yeah, true. Oh, the Trunksy build when the lights went out. Did Prusa tell you when they will be on Amazon filament-wise? I think it was like a couple of weeks from now. When is your review of the Chiron coming? I have so many reviews I need to do. I don't know. I need an assistant that works for free. How can I get a review unit? I just explained. Trilabs Delta. I actually got in, they got in touch with me day before yesterday because they had some delays. They're still going to send me a Delta to review. Joe almost convinced me to commit a felony there. Sorry. Should I get an cubic photo as my DLP printer? Do they ever go on sale? I really like the Photon, and I don't think there might be a case where it's a decent price, but not much lower. I've never seen it too low. How is the printing on the CR-20 and did you like it? Okay, the CR-20, the printing on the CR-20 is absolutely incredible. And I can prove it. Hold on. This is a CR-20 print at 100 microns. Yep. Like, it's almost flawless. It's literally amazing. And this will probably be my next paint job. I'm finding myself using that filament quite a lot. I like the finish of it. It makes life easy even for painting. Hold on, let me just adjust this a little bit. There. So yeah, the CR-20 prints like an absolute dream. But the Ender 3 over the Pro was not worth it. Good to see you, Joe, and get to look at the shiny new CR-10 Pro. Hope to see you in Sweden, also hoping to be at Murph. But now, time to sleep. 25 hours of coding is my limit. Ciao for now. Thank you very much for dropping by, Scott. Absolute honor to have you on my stream, dude. And I do hope to see you in Sweden. Isn't the Ender 3 Pro semi-built? Honestly, I have no idea. Joe, is there not enough time in your day to do all the things you want? Unfortunately, no, because I wake up at around 5:30, go to work, get to the office by 6:30. I tend to leave the office usually at around 6, 7 in the evening, come home, maybe spend an hour in here, eat, spend some time with my family, and then by that time I'm about to collapse. Is it fun to play with the 1.5mm metal thing? Yes, it is. John Castillo, thank you very much. I'm going to poke my eyes out with this. I'm going to leave it here. Fine, I'll come to Malta and be your assistant, please. You think I made the right choice? In Trunksy, it cost me £70 now. It depends which model. I know the Trunksy X1 is quite popular. Actually, I had a code for it today. So the Trunksy X1 is actually $99 at the moment on GearBest for 1111. How is the mural coming along? Still waiting for the last few pieces, but that's going to be done soon. That's my concern, improvement as well, but I have few rolls of high-end filament and still use hatchbacks for random prints because it's cheaper. Thanks, Jeff, for answering my question. This is Kim, the 3D printer guy. You're more than welcome, Kim. So what is the time in Malta now? At the moment, it's 7:30 p.m. Has anyone ever recommended the Creality to change the naming of the models of their machines? I don't know. I don't think they would either. Joe, think you will make it to Murph? I don't know, dude. I really don't know. I hope I will. I'll try. I might be able to more so this year because I have a job, so I might be able to afford to travel and eat. I live in Wales. You could have popped in, you and Todd. I've been to Wales once. I've been to Wales. I've been to, I think it was called Mumbles Beach. Mumbles Beach. It was the first time in my life I ever saw a tide, like the tide. In Malta you don't see tides. And the tide there like takes the beach out like a kilometer away. I mean, it's just the weirdest thing ever to see. After watching all your videos, I got a Trunksy X5. The first thing I did was add 2 more 8mm Z-rods to stop the bed wobble. Awesome. Changed the board for an MKS Gen 1.4 and add a glass bed. I'm now getting great prints thanks to your videos. Awesome, you're more welcome, dude. Do you have an ETA for your palette too? Honestly, no. I need to get in touch with Brennan, one of the guys from Palette 2. Last I heard, they were supposed to send them around mid-November, and they usually keep me up to date. So, and I know they're very busy at the moment, and most of the guys there were sick for a while. So, just giving them a bit of space. Why deltas are not that popular in there? Any big or small downsides over Cartesians? Not really. I think it's because they're Bowden setup, but most printers nowadays are Bowden setup, so I don't see why. I really don't know why they're not that popular, to be honest. Is it really hassle-free CR10 version? Because I'm really skeptic when they merge lots of options. They put together the right options. I really think they did a very good job with this. Once again, the firmware needs tweaking. I hope they fix it before like they start delivering. But other than that, I mean, it prints beautifully. Excuse me. Just print and install the bullseye. Oh man, there 3. Now it's time to look for a glass bed or bird. Many moons ago, yeah. Palette 2 seems to be on schedule. Awesome. Let me check. Do you think it's mandatory to update the CR10 firmware to fix the thermal runaway? Yes, please do. I might actually have to sacrifice one of my printers to show everyone why you should always have thermal runaway enabled on your printer. Wasn't the one where they put the crown jewels in paintings, true story, the other one. What filament is that? This is 3D Prima's Easy Print PLA Silver. So, who was the first company to reach out to me? I'm trying to remember. So the first company ever to reach out to me, I actually think it was, all right. So initially when I started, I waited for my channel to grow a little bit. And I kind of sent a few emails to a few companies to let them know, like, I'm here, you know, I'm doing something. So if you ever want to work with me, please let me know. And Kodama were the first actually to offer me a Trinus for review. It happened many months later, but after that, I think the first ever company out of its free will to offer me a printer for review was the Enervision. It was the Enervision EV160. That was my first ever printer which I received. I had paid a lot of money through customs and shipping to actually get that printer. See you later, Utku. Okay, all, I'm gonna bug out. It's family time. Apparently, I'm not spend all my holiday on YouTube. Yep, that's gonna soon happen to me as well. Michael Worth, thank you very much, buddy. Thank you so much, dude. Yay, I caught up with the chat. This Pro version is hassle-free CR10 version or opposite? So, I'm not exactly sure what you mean by hassle-free. I don't think I've ever had a printer that was hassle-free. At some point, a printer will break down. It's not a matter of if, but when. And when that happens, it's a matter of what breaks down. And depending on the engineering of that printer, it's going to determine how difficult it is to fix it. Oh, Anus is definitely not listening. I think the idea of 3D printing nerd is very interesting to make your own roll of filament of leftovers with the palette. Kind of remove filament. Can do that with MME too. Very true. In fact, I had done an episode about a year ago about like the little bit of filament you have left, where you do. I printed the master spool with like leftover filament and stuff like that I use the palette for. "3D Meetup SC, are you coming, Joe?" I'm gonna try. I'm really gonna try to be there. TH3, yes, that's the unified firmware. Yeah, go away. There you go. Okay. I'm actually surprised. I'm so happy the internet didn't go out. It was like literally I had no internet up to about an hour before I went live. Thank you, Joey. Welcome, David. I'll try to bring the Mendel up to the middle. That would be awesome. I'd really like to see that. I have only ever seen one, and that was at the Prush factory. One Bad Marine. Thingiverse. Thank you very much, dude, for the $5. Let me look at the Thingiverse thing. 3148615. 3148615. Okay. Roller filament guide. Okay, so that would be the end bit here, I'm guessing. Because that is, yeah, this thing. I don't know why they haven't fixed that yet. For one bit to sit to another. Thank you very much, buddy. Whilst you're on Thingiverse, yes, let me do this one. So 3201882. Ooh, this is the soldier. Ooh, this looks epic. That looks really good. This looks like something I should print and paint. That looks epic. Does it have regular resume after power loss, or it moves hot ends such as Mark III? It has standard regular resume. First world problems. My finger hurt opening pistachios. I need to fix my Moai. Is kind of out of commission, so I changed it to a FAT system, and I still need to calibrate it. I need to get a few hours to calibrate the printer. I'm going to try to get a few days off from work so I can kind of catch up a bit. I thought it stopped for a second and then. It's actually not a bad print for Cura. I have yet to adjust myself to Cura. But it's quite a decent print. About 5 weeks ago. Did you get the heater also? Not that you need it in Malta. It does get a bit cold here, but since I have printers here and everything, I mean, it's hot right now. I have the fan pointing towards it because it's really hot. Move camera up so we can follow the print. Give me a second. There you go. A bit more. Come on. There you go. Now. Calm down, Tom. That's my beer. Or my cider. Done. Print is almost done as well. Pia Polymoy review when? Once I finish putting together, calibrating. See what I mean with like when I do this, when I do that, when I do this, and then do that. And Can you go see a little, kind of leave a little comment so that I can improve? Thank you to those who will. You're the best guys. 3D printer. We'll try. But yeah, so I'm kind of not accepting any more printers unless I necessarily have to, because I really want to focus on the ones I have right now. Trilabs, that's something I've been looking forward to for a while, so I will accept that. Gearbest seem to be sending me printers that were random now. They are sending me their latest, like it's like an Ender 3 competitor. It's the AlphaWise U30. That should be coming soon. Ooh, okay. Luke, definitely. You know what? Let me do it now so they're not my... Quite a few Lukes on Facebook. Red Bull for the win, yeah. I like how they use the real fan on that. Tired of those tiny ones that usually put on their machines. One of the first things I changed. True. So the TiVo Flash. I absolutely love the TiVo Flash. But this thing of using like really cheap fans that after about 500-600 hours of use end up making like so much noise and then they just die after a while, I can't stand it. I really want companies to start using decent fans. Hey, Country 3D, how's it going? Hey, Steve. I do remember seeing that you are a Yes Theory subscriber. Yes, I am. They just uploaded a new video, and as usual, it looks epic. Awesome. Would you rather have one large printer or several small printers? I think it depends on how small the other printers would be and how large the large one would be. I think I'd be happy with several small ones. Excuse me. Okay, I found you with the fish. Cool. Okay. Good man, just got the CR-20 Pro. Nice little machine. It is. It's a nice machine. Anycubic 3D to print, Cassell version, linear guides. Any idea about that? Unfortunately, no, Ron, but Tom Filament Trenzy, yeah, he has an idea. I suggested BCN 3D, Sigma R19 by price quality technical build volume. Was my suggestion valid? I haven't tried the R19, but I would say for that price, there are quite a few in that bracket that I would recommend. Even the Raze 3D Pro 2, that thing is a beast. Joe, is this printer hard to put together? This printer requires 4 bolts. That's it. Like literally 4 bolts. They go at the bottom of this and at the bottom of this. And that is it. That's it. Nothing else. It was like one of the easiest printers I've ever put together. Did you get it printing after you moved the glass? What do you mean? Hey, Ron Floyd. Thank you very much, buddy, Ron. Thanks for coming by, man. What type of paint do you recommend for a beginner to learn airbrushing? Tamiya are quite good. Vallejo Air, they're pre-mixed for airbrushing, so they have the right consistency straight away. Once you get used to those, then you learn how to mix yourself and learn what kind of consistency you want out of paint. What do you print? This is a polypearl tower, which is almost ready. There you go. After 4 bolts, it was fine. Steve, I didn't leave your message on the Attn review. Did you manage to read it? No, I didn't. All right, Country 3D, have a good one, man. Please measure the noise level. I need to find my thingy. I'd say it's probably around 45 or 50 decibels in this. It's relatively quiet. I think ambient noise and fan are louder than the printer. Ooh. So there. Wildlife paint stuff. Awesome taker. That looks good for Cura. Honestly, that's probably one of a handful of prints I've ever done with Cura. I don't know how to use Cura very well, like fine-tuning a profile. But yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. I'm sure it can be better. It doesn't look bad at all. Profile for the Anet E10. I'm not sure I still have my profile. I can check. Not on this print, not on this computer though. I'm not sure. How many spools of filament have you used? Have I used? Like full spools? I mean, because I have about 450 spools of filament and they're all open. I've tried every single one. So I've used all of them, but not all of them. Okay, so that's it for today, ladies and gents. It's been an hour and a half, not bad. But now it's 8 o'clock, so I want to go and have a shower. Maybe spend some time with the wife if she's still awake, because even she's very busy recently. So when people say DB, it doesn't make any real Earl. And by the way, you need a haircut. Yeah, I do. I do need a haircut. I need it's more of a shave than a haircut. Okay. Thank you guys for joining. Apologies if my videos are still sporadic. I'm trying to fix that. Apart from that, I'm still trying to find ways of making my content interesting still, rather than doing what everyone else is doing. I don't want to be, I want to do something different, which is why I went on to also airbrushing. But I still want to do projects and things that people want to see that I enjoy doing. But yeah, I'll get there slowly but surely. I just have to settle in my new job, make sure I find my planted feet on the ground very well, and then I'll be good. Tom, Filament Frenzy, thank you very much, dude. Enjoy your evening, and you too, my friend, man. Thank you so much, dude. Time for bed. Have a good night and thanks for listening. Thank you very much, Justin3D. Any info about Formlabs Fuse 1 Sintrit Lisa Pro? Sintrit reached out to me. They want to do something together. I don't know exactly what. I'll be getting back to them and take it from there and see exactly. Formlabs, no idea. Mod review video. Stay low, move fast, my friend. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It was an absolute pleasure to have you here. Let me just see where I left all my. There it is. Okay. Perfect. Thank you, guys, once again. If you're still here, if you leave a like, I'd highly appreciate it. Yeah, just be patient with me. I'll be back just like before very soon, I promise. Thank you guys for joining. Awesome things, and a very big thanks to my patrons for helping me out through all this time. I feel like I've let them down recently, but I'll make up for it, I promise. Thank you guys for watching. Like, share, and subscribe, and as always, happy making, guys.